So why does the dumper rebound so easily? And it's a question I get asked quite a bit, and what a lot of people say is they feel betrayed that their ex moved on so quick. Someone who you loved so much is already on to the next person. But it's important to understand the nature of the beast and know that most people don't know how to be alone, or they don't want to be alone and they don't know how to heal themselves. Most people, most of the time, they don't want to invest the time in themselves to level up because they can outsource it to someone new. The rebound, the low-hanging fruit. So, that's what we're going to talk about today. But before I do that, welcome back to the Love Fix. It's Nick, as always, doing my best to get you through your breakups as easily and as healthily as possible. If today's video is not enough for you, come join my Facebook group, type in the Love Fix Breakup Recovery and join the growing community there. If that's not enough for you and you need my help with your personal heartbreak, your one-to-one situation, let me know. Drop me an email at thelovefix20@gmail.com. My email is in the description below, and we will set up a one-to-one coaching session so we can get you through this. And if you hit like and subscribe, it would really help me out and I will love you forever. So let's get into why do exes rebound so quickly. If your relationship with your ex was toxic, abusive, or both of you stopped working on yourselves and stopped leveling up, then it was probably a good thing that the relationship ended. So if that's not the case and you did have a good relationship, I want you to know they haven't rebounded because they stopped loving you. It's more about that they've stopped liking you in the relationship. The novelty and the excitement's worn off. Something happened well before the breakup for them to actually break up with you. And as I mentioned in the intro, it's not so much they want to rebound, it's that they don't have the emotional capacity to deal with the breakup. They don't want to feel alone. They don't want to deal with you not being there anymore. So I want to get into a few reasons why they rebound so quickly. And the analogy that I want to use, or the expression I want to use, is that I love you, I just don't like you. And that can come up quite a lot. And hey guys, I'm sure you have family members that you love and you'd be there for them, but you don't like them, so you just don't want to be around them anymore. So if they are rebounding, it's not so much that they stopped loving you. If you've got history there, let's say you've got, let's say a minimum of 2 years relationship, which maybe is probably around the average for a lot of people. They didn't just stop loving you. They stopped liking you. And now they've come across the rebound person, the target of that rebound. It's novelty. It's new. It's exciting. It's got that shiny wrapper on it. So rather than spending time alone, they're outsourcing. They are saying, right, okay, I don't want to deal with this right now. I'm going to put that onto somebody else. And this leads me to my next point. Maybe they're in some kind of no man's land where they're ready to give themselves physically, but they're not ready to give themselves emotionally. Because if you have had a long relationship, a good relationship, a loving relationship, for the most part, human beings can't just switch that off. Okay, maybe it's diminished. Maybe that puppy dog in love feeling has gone away, which it always will. And then love has to become a choice to stay, to build. So, right, okay, I don't have the honeymoon period anymore. I don't have the puppy love anymore. I don't have the in love feeling. That is just to get us to make babies. Once that wears off, and guys, it will always, always, always wear off. For most people, it's anywhere between 2 to 3 years that in-love feeling goes away. And then love becomes a choice. In-love is an emotion. Real, tangible love is that I will stick by you. As long as you're not abusive, as long as you're not physically threatening me, and you're doing what you need to do as a man or a woman, I will stick by you despite not having that in-love feeling, because I understand that that goes away. So what can happen when they go for a rebound? They're looking for that puppy dog, honeymoon, limerence kind of thing again. They're trying to recapture that. So it might be a case of, right, they're getting that through physical means, and that's then lust. It's not love, but it can disguise itself as love, and okay, this is the person for me. But they are pretty much stuck in a no man's land. So I don't want you to worry about that they're in love with the rebound, because the chances are they're not. I'm not saying it can't happen, but it probably won't happen within the first 3 to 6 months, because it's just a physical connection. It's just an easy target. It's just an easy way to soothe the pain of your breakup. And this also leads into, maybe they are addicted to the novelty of something new, something shiny, something exciting, something to explore. And this is where a lot of people mistake what love is. Because a lot of people say, we lost the spark. Yeah, I have no doubt that you did. That's meant to happen. That spark, that in-love feeling, that puppy dog feeling is there to get you to make babies. That's what bonds you to that person and wants you to be with that person. But our biology isn't built for 50 years of marriage. It's built to reproduce as much as we can. Now, we have society and we have biology, and the two conflicts. Now, look, I'm all for monogamy. I'm all for the long-term building stuff. But I also understand that whoever I end up with, I won't be in love with them forever. I will have that in-love feeling, maybe 3 years, 5 years if I'm lucky. And then once that wears off, I have to make that conscious decision to say, right, I am here because I am loyal to you. I want to build a family with you. I want to build great things with you. It's me and you against the problem. It's not me versus you. And yes, there may be better looking women out there. There may be more exciting women out there, but I choose to love you. And this is what a lot of people don't understand. And also boredom can be a part of this. Relationships become normal. They become mundane. And that's because human beings are exceptionally good at normalizing anything. And you can even, if you look back on World War II documentaries, or even the war in the Ukraine right now, you see people walking around the streets and the army just going about their day. They've got explosions going off around them, maybe in the distance, and rather than them running for the hills and throwing themselves on the ground to get out of the way, it's like, well, it's normal now. It doesn't bother us anymore. It's just we accept that we could die anytime soon, and that's it. So I'm just going to get on with my day. It gets normalized very, very quickly, and it's the same with relationships. So, and the other thing, and I'll say this is probably the worst one, is that people do not level up with each other. They do not evolve together. Typically speaking, one person stays in the honeymoon phase of the relationship. Okay, this is where I always want to be. And the other person is out there leveling up, making life, building stuff, reading, writing, and just having an open mind. And they're moving on. And the person that they got with is still on day one of that relationship, and they've outgrown each other, or that the person that's done all the work has outgrown that person. So here's the thing, guys. If you don't evolve together, you break apart. You go in separate paths together. So you must evolve. So maybe also the other thing that the other reason why they're rebounding is that maybe they found someone that's now at their current level, or this person understands me. This person knows what it is to be open-minded and to be adventurous, and it's all the things that I want. And you're sitting there thinking, oh, well, they never used to be like that, and the rebound person changed them. No, they changed well before they got to the rebound. So you must evolve together. Otherwise, you grow apart together, and that's it. That's all she wrote. Can rebounds work out? Yes, they can, but it's highly unlikely. I would say, in my experience, only about maybe 10 or 20% rebounds are actually successful. And when I say successful, they go beyond the 6-month mark. I would consider that a successful rebound. But most of the time, it just doesn't. So I want you to look at rebounds in this way. Most of the time, a rebound is like buying a hamburger from McDonald's. You become a little bored of your regular high-end hamburger restaurant and you fancy a change. And this is essentially what happens in a rebound. Sometimes the novelty wears off and they just want to change. You walk into McDonald's and you see the menu, it looks amazing. The hamburgers have been photoshopped to the max and you think it's going to be the best thing ever. You are now very happy with your decision and you quickly open up the box and lo and behold, you've now been catfished. The hamburger that looked great on the menu looks depressed and suicidal in the box, and it's actually looking slightly relieved that you're about to put it out of its misery. The novelty of something new is still getting you through at this point, but you bite into it and very quickly realize you've made a mistake. It's nowhere near as good as your regular hamburger place, but you push on because you're determined to validate your decision, and this is essentially what the Rebound person will do, or your dumper will be telling themselves with the Rebound. So you keep pushing on, you keep going back to McDonald's for the next few weeks and months and very quickly realize it's just not as good as what you had. The rebounder will typically mask and compartmentalize their emotions when jumping into a rebound relationship. Just like the McDonald's hamburger, it looks great on paper, but in reality, it's just okay when nothing else is available. It's nowhere near as good as what they had with you. And that, my friends, happens 80% of the time with rebounds. I can tell you with 100% certainty, all unhealed pain will catch up with anyone eventually. It's like a predator stalking you and waiting for the right time to strike. This happens when the novelty of the rebound has worn off. The rebound isn't living up to what was advertised, and your ex realized that you chose to love them. You chose to stick with them, but now they left and their target of the rebound just wants them for sex, or it's just a piece of fun. They're not choosing to love that person, they're lusting that person. Sticking around and investing in a relationship when the puppy love has gone is a choice. It's choosing to be loyal, to build together, to invest in each other, and being aware that the Disney love that you had will never ever be enough, and it will never ever come back. So guys, I want you to understand something. What works for the first 5 years of a relationship will not work for the next 5 years, because life happens. We change, grow, evolve, and we must level up with our partners or we are left behind. And that is why essentially people rebound. It's not a matter of time, it's a matter of emotion. That's what it is. And most people that rebound do not understand that love, one, is never enough, and two, real love, real tangible love is choosing to love that person even when you're not in love. There's a big difference between in love and loving someone. I love my family, but I'm not in love with them. They piss me off most of the time, but I choose to stick by them because they're my family. And that's what your partner has to become. Has to become family, that you are choosing to stick by that person. Now, don't get me wrong. If you were abusive, if you are toxic, if you physically hurt that person, then they were right to leave. If you were anxious, insecure, not on your purpose, being lazy, not doing what you're meant to do as a man or a woman, then they should leave. So I don't want you to just blame everything on the dumper here. You have a responsibility of, okay, why did they leave me? Was it something that was just inside them? Because if someone's going to cheat or monkey branch or rebound or something like that, typically speaking, that behavior was always within inside them, and that's on them. But your responsibility is, okay, I will screen better next time. I will make a better decision based on knowledge and experience. And that's all I've got for today. I hope this has been useful. If you like the video, please hit like and subscribe. And if you need my help with your personal breakup situation, email me at thelovefix20@gmail.com. Emails below in the description. I'll see you on the other side.